Welcome to Borthakur's IAS Academy's official YouTube channel. I am Barenya Borthakur. Today I am coming with the current affairs of 29th of May 2023. So let us see what is important in the current affairs for today. Yes, need for peace. It's a very important article. It talks about Russia and Ukraine. See, the crisis which is going on in Ukraine have drawn attention in all the parts of the world and especially the West, as I have talked about the G7 group of countries. They have pressurized China so that China can talk with Russia so that this Ukrainian crisis can be stopped. But ultimately, if we see, there is a need for peace, and this topic is very much important for your international relations and diplomacy paper. So there is a need for peace in the Ukrainian territories. What is being done by Russia from the last of year, what we have seen. So there were attacks and attacks. What is being going on in the Ukraine, using of various kinds of specialized drones by Russia has, and also using military warfare tactics and high level of technology in Ukraine has, destroyed the Ukrainian territory, and also Ukraine as the, grain bowl of the Europe has faced a lot of challenges. So when Ukraine is being, devastated by Russia, so, there are problems of supply chain restrictions are there. There are huge problems, and, we have got medical colleges, so many colleges, people goes and studies over there. So, from education sector, from political sector, from social sector, from economic sector, this country is being devastated, and so there is a need of peace. This article talks about that there is a need of peace. Even the worst enemies should admire the grit and the resilience for the people of Ukraine. Ever since Russia invaded the country in February 2022, for 15 long months, they have refused to give in despite human losses mounting in cities being turned into rubble by the incessant shelling and drone attacks by the Russians. Important bostu, juntu ami sabo lagibo je yat APSc falor pora ki ahibo pare. Main shot, they can ask you questions regarding diplomacy, regarding, they can connect this topic, this important topic, peace. Peace is the end. The peace is the end of everything. So everyone requires peace. So they can connect this topic with, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's Panchasheel, which we'll talk in international relations class. So they can talk about how Nehru was, advocating Panchasheel. So, they can relate topics. APSc and UPSc, they relate topics to a different aspect of the syllabus. So it is very much important. That is the reason when it comes to peace, I talk about Panchasheel, which was being advocated by the first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So this is all about the attacks. Russian, attacks within the Russia has been increasing chiefly with drone strikes. Very important, with drone strikes on regions along the border and also targeting infrastructure. So various kinds of reasons, are being targeted by Russia in the Ukrainian provinces. So what important kotha to hold, they are using some kind of important drones, and we also know that Ukraine, it's the the grain bowl. It's called the grain bowl of Europe. Has also suffered hugely. It's very important prelims or falor para grain bowl ka kuaho Ukraine kuaho. It can come in your prelims examination. So Ukraine is under threat because of Russia and the West and the Western countries. Western countries are pressurizing China, so that China can say Russia to stop its war on Ukraine. But to be very focused and to be very critical about China, that China though has given some points regarding ceasefire in Ukraine, but China do not once, what we feel by reading about the articles from the core of their heart, China do not feels about the stopping of the war there. That is the reason Russia, and in yesterday's article, has said that the West, when they are pressurizing China to end the war on Ukraine, but Russia is very much positive about it, and Russia says that it is increasing, the relationship between China and Russia, it is increasing to a manifold extent. Mane ki hoise China aru Russia relationship to he bhalo hoise jodi Western countries bilake China প্ৰেছাৰাইজ কৰিছে যে আপুনি ৰাছিয়াক কক ইউক্ৰেইনৰ যুদ্ধ বন্ধ কৰিব কাৰণে, কিন্তু ৰাছিয়াই হেতু দিখত যোৱাই নাই। ৰাছিয়াই কৈছে যে বুলে যদিও প্ৰেছাৰাইজ কৰিছে কিন্তু আমাৰ ৰিলেশনশিপ between China and Russia has strengthened, which is again very much critical in terms of India, কারণ আমি চাইনাৰ কথা মই বাৰে বাৰে repeatedly daily current affairs ত কৈ আছো। China has got a policy, their policy of attacking and intruding into others' borders, which is very much important. And with the increasing rise in Chinese economy and rise and the rise of China, which poses a threat also for India. So again, the Ukraine is called the grain bowls of Europe. So this topic discusses about the need for peace, what exactly is required. So now again I have come for an important topic on the need for peace. So you know, Russia is using a special kind of, you know, drones, which is called the kamikaze drones, and a range of cruise missiles and ballistic missiles. So kamikaze drones can become for your prelims examination, also it can come for your mains examination in the science and tech part, So please go through the kamikaze drones and the cruise and ballistic missiles. It is very much important for your science and tech part. So this was the, you know, the crux of the article, that, you know, there is a need for peace in the Ukrainian territory which is being attacked by Russia. Okay, so let's move to the next topic. So let's move to growth of tourism. Very, very important in respect to Assam. Growth of tourism. See, despite the immense potential, growth of tourism in Assam was not at all satisfactory for years. But the positive development, that is, the situation has started improving, and the state government on its part has also started giving thrust to this sector. State government बहुत thrust di ase, बहुत developmental works kori ase tourism ot, बहुत kini bhal bhal kaam kori ase. National parks, wildlife sanctuaries, reserve forest, hebilak बहुत mane develop kori ase. Tourism to manu bahiror pra, foreign country pra hibo karne amar Assam Bharat sarkare hok, Assam sarkare hok, बहुत develop kori ase. Jar karone, you know, tourism, you know, is rising as compared to the previous years. According to reports available in the last financial year, the state witnessed more than 500% increase in flow of tourists compared to the last previous years, which is no doubt a very positive development. So ami sabo lagibo tourism or khetrot. So amar APSC mains or june mains likhi asa, tourism or about question ahibo pare, discuss on the steps taken by the government in the development of tourism sector of Assam, which is very much important. Kintu agote kotha bela keniko hoisile, jetia militancy asile, jetia amar khub besi bondho hoisile, ba amar band mane kisuman bondho hoisile, kisuman band organization bilake amar bondho disile. So he bondho belake bahut besi impact korisile ei gutei tourism sector tot. Kintu etia jehetu many of the band organization but militant groups has signed peace accords with the government of India. So except for the United Liberation Front of Assam, that is Alpha. So Alpha bahire jehetu baki belake sobai peace accord sign korise governmentor logot. So ami dekhisu je bondho belak bahut khini komi goise, jar karone tourism eta flip paise. So ebelak bostu ami likhibo lagibo point wise in the mains answer writing. Okay, so this is very much important for your mains. Okay, so we can also appreciate the, you know, the role of Assam Tourism Development Corporation. ATDC has also made it more vibrant. The tourism sector has become more vibrant. Aru eta kotha manuhe tat kisman negative kotha kisuman ase. Assam buli kole manuhe akol Kaziranga Wildlife National Park aru Kamakhya Temple he chini pai. Kintu government e etia kisuman schemes loise, kisuman you know, developmental model loise. Jot neki not only Kaziranga National Park, not only Kamakhya Temple, baki jiman khini amar you know, art, culture, heritage junkhini jaga ase, but junkhini amar wildlife sanctuary ase ba reserve forest ase, hebilako develop koribo karone loise. Kintu okol jodi ami Assam buli kole okol jodi Kaziranga, Assam buli kole okol jodi ami Kamakhya buju, tenehole etu bahut bhul bostu. He karone yat koa hoise. Unfortunate, but the unfortunate part is that even today most of the tourists who visit Assam only go to Kaziranga and the Kamakhya Temple, while other tourist destinations are mostly overlooked. Amar bahut dhuniya dhuniya jaga ase, Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary ase, amar Amchung National Park, eniko dhoronor bahut kini Amchung Wildlife Sanctuary ase, amar bahut dhuniya dhuniya kisuman wildlife sanctuary, national parks, tiger reserves, amar bahut mane bahut dhuniya dhuniya amar mane national parks kisuman ase. So ei national parks bilak jodi ami visit nokoru, jodi okol ami constraint to Kaziranga আৰু অকল কেটামান জায়গা আমি চাই ফুৰো, তেনেহলে আমাৰ কাৰণে প্ৰবলেম হয়। আৰু টুৰিজম সেক্টৰৰ অকল সেইকেটা জায়গাহে মাত্ৰ ফিলিপ পাব। সেই কাৰণে অসম চৰকাৰে যোনখিনি স্কিম ডেভেলপমেন্ট কৰি আছে, যে বোলে গোটেই সেক্টৰটো এজ এ হোল হোলিষ্টিক্যালি মানে উঠাব কাৰণে, সেইটো এটা বহুত কমেন্ডেবল স্টেপ হয়, বহুত ধুনীয়া স্টেপ লৈ আছে। প্লিজ ইনক্লুড ইন ইয়োৰ এনসাৰ ৰাইটিং about the commendable steps and the steps taken by the government and the schemes taken by the government for the development of tourism in Assam, which is very important for your APSC mains examination. Now let's go to the next topic. The psychological aspects of social media. See, social media kotha yat koa hoise etu asolte essay topic or karone ahibo pare, essay karone etu topic bahut important. Asolte juntu current affairs analysis moi kora asu, etu mains comes prelims, hoy. Ami yat mains or questions to discuss koru kiniko dhonor ahibo pare, ami prelims or questions to discuss koru kiniko dhonor ahibo pare. So jun belak articles moi podhai asu ba jun belak topics moi podhai asu, these are all extremely important for your mains, prelims as well as for your viva interview examination. It is very important because since I have qualified the examinations, I know what is the standard of the examination, what is the standard of the questions they can ask, and the expert opinions at Borthakur's IAS Academy are very much genuine, and they knows what kind of questions can the APSc or UPSC frame because you have got a huge expertise in teaching the students since the last 8 or 9 years of time. So it is psychological aspect of social media. Jodi ami sabo karone jao, social media manuhor monto keneke holoni kori pelaise. Agote amar ki asile, agote social media nasile, agote ami chithi likhisilu, agote amar telephone asile. So kheniko dhonor asile, amar communication to juntu asile hetu oloman delayed communication boli koy. Communication to oloman delay hoisile. Ami aji ekhon chithi pothale kali porohi reply to ahibo to time lage, kintu etia manuhor jetia social media hoy goise, Facebook hoy goise, Instagram hoy goise, Twitter hoy goise, aru baki beleg dhonor bahut khini platforms ase. Ei platform belake manuhor communication to bahut beshi fast kori dise, kintu jodiu fast korise manuhe ejone ejonok kotha patibo karone samoy na lage, time na lage, বহুতখিনি ডিসিশনস একেলগে লোৱা যায়, বহুতখিনি ডেভেলপমেন্টাল ওয়ার্কস একেলগে কৰা যায়। এখিনি হল ইয়াৰ প্রোজ, আৰু ইয়াৰ কনস কিছুমান আছে। মানুহে যে এই ঘপাঘপ ইনফরমেশন পায়, ঘপাঘপ টেকনোলজিক্যাল আপডেটস কিনি পাই যায়, এই বস্তুটোৱে মানুহৰ যোনটো সাইকোলজিক্যালি এটা ইফেক্ট কৰিছে, মানুহক এংজাইটি আৰু ডিপ্ৰেছনৰ শিকাৰ কৰিছে, যোনটো এই আৰ্টিকেলটোৱে কৈছে। সো সাইকোলজিক্যাল ইফেক্ট অফ সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া ইজ দ্যাট its effect on the psychology of a person, which this article talks about. So it is very important for your essay paper. So a host of competitors including the Facebook, Twitter rushed to join the fray, leading to rapid growth. These sites remain for some of the most popular social medias today, but today we rely on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, etc. to connect and create bonds with others. Being socially connected to others can easily stress boost self-worth and provide comfort and joy. However, it is important to emphasize that social media can never be replacement for the real human world connections. Ami hazar message koribo paru, ami hazar text koribo paru, ami reactions দিব পাৰো, কিবা কৰিব পাৰো, কিন্তু ওয়ান টু ওয়ান টক যোনটো হিউম্যান ওয়ান টু ওয়ান ইন্টারেকশন, ওয়ান টু ওয়ান যোনটো ইন্টারেকশন হয়, which it cannot be replaced by the mobile phones, WhatsApp, Facebook or Twitter, whatever it's talked in the social media part. So এই কথাটো বহুত বেছিকে emphasize কৰা হৈছে এই আৰ্টিকেলটোত, আৰু এই আৰ্টিকেলটো বহুত বেছি important for your essay point of view, pros and cons of social media and impact of social media in today's world. So let me go to the next topic now. Kesari Hind, a very important topic for the prelims examination. Kesari Hind butterfly spotted at Arunachal's Mechuka. Kesari Hind means Emperor of India. Kesari Hind butterfly, one of the rarest butterflies in India, was sighted by an avid wildlife photographer for the first time in the jungles of Mechuka in Shiyomi district of Arunachal Pradesh. Prelims or karne bahut besi important a topic too. The presence of this rare and beautiful butterfly has the potential to attract many butterfly lovers to Shiyomi district in particularly and Mechuka in general. These butterflies carries a series of diversity. When the environment is diverse, when there is less pollution, less population, so we can see this kind of butterflies like the Kesari Hind, which is being spotted, which is one of the rarest butterfly which is being spotted in Arunachal Pradesh. So some technical details about the altitude of Mechuka is around 7,000 foot above sea level. If a proper survey is carried out by experts, many more high altitude butterflies could be sighted. Butterfly sighting is also very much important. The vegetation and altitude of Mechuka seems suitable, especially for Bhutan glory, other beautiful and rare butterflies. So eto bahut besi important topic for your prelims examination. They can also give you in the mains examination to write about the ecological diversity, as well as they can give you short notes on the Kesari Hind butterfly. There can become short notes on Kesari Hind butterflies. So this is about technical details about the butterfly. The scientific name of the butterfly. It means the Emperor of India. Kesari Hind means the Emperor of India. Is a rare species of swallow-tailed butterfly found in small pockets of Nepal, Bhutan, along the eastern Himalayas in India, including Arunachal Pradesh, West Bengal, Meghalaya, Assam, Sikkim and Manipur. It is very important for your prelims point of view. So this topic is very much important for your prelims point of view. Kindly go through this topic. Okay, so I have given some extra points also regarding butterfly. So Maharashtra has become the first state in the country to have a state butterfly, blue Blue Mormon is the second largest butterfly found in India. It is large, shallow-tailed, black-colored, velvet-winged butterfly. Very important. So these are the important points about the some other sort of butterflies, in which Maharashtra becomes the first state in the country to have a state butterfly, which is very, very important. Please go through this article. Please download the PDF. Okay, so there are some of the key points about this Kesari Hind butterfly. So this is the rarest of the butterflies, which is being found recently spotted in Arunachal Pradesh. So ami climate change kotha koi asu. So article eniko aise aji Hindut je climate change or uporot topics kisuman dia ase. So why is the 1.5 degree Celsius target critical? So bahut kini world organization e eta target loa hoisile je juntu targetor uporot teoloke juntu global warming hetu baribo nidie. So etur uporote etu hol article. The decadal predictions of the World Meteorological Organization say that the annual mean global surface temperature between 2023 and 27 will be 1.1 to 1.8 degrees Celsius higher than the baseline temperature of 1850 to 1990 or pre-industrial levels, which is very, very dangerous. For decades, 2 degree was an acceptable level of warming. Mane amar bahut kini organization se 2015 ot ba agoteo কোৱা কৈছিলে যে বলে 1.5 ডিগ্ৰী সেলসিয়াছৰ যোনটো টাৰ্গেট হে টাৰ্গেটটো বনাই ৰাখিব কাৰণে কিন্তু এতিয়া দেখা গৈছে যে যোনটো 1.5 ডিগ্ৰী সেলসিয়াছৰ যোনটো টাৰ্গেট এচিভ কৰাৰ কাৰণে এটো বহুত আমি মানে ডিফিকাল্টি পাইছো এই বস্তুটো এচিভ কৰিব কাৰণে আৰু যদি আমি এটো এই টাৰ্গেটটো যদি আমি এচিভ নকৰো তেতিয়া হলে ওয়াৰ্ল্ড যোনটো ক্লাইমেট চেঞ্জ বা ইকোলজিক্যাল ইম্প্যাক্ট হেতু বহুত বেছি বেয়া হ'ব তাক লৈ পেলাই এই গুটেই আৰ্টিকেলটো ফ্ৰেম কৰা হৈছে why is the 1.5 degree Celsius target critical. So it is very much important. Climate risk and hazards impact human population and the ecosystem depending on exposure, vulnerability and adaptive capacity. It has food insecurity, displacement and deaths. So jetia amar global warming bahi jabo, global warming or bahut adverse kisuman impact ase jeneke mean sea level juntu temperature hoy hetu belek dhornor hobo tarpsot glaciers will start to melt and various kind of other phenomenon activities will be seen which will indirectly impact the environment to a higher scale. So he karone bahut kini world organizations bilake loisile je 1.5 degree Celsius loke ami target to set kori thau kintu etia dekha paisu je 1.5 degree achieve kora karneo bahut khini tan hoi goise. So etia kotha to hol why is the 1.5 degree target critical. In 2018 the IPCC released a special report on the impact of global warming when the temperature reaches 1.5 degrees Celsius above the baseline. Frequent and intense heat waves, droughts, heavy precipitation and additional 10 cm rise in sea level, destruction of ecosystem and most irreversible changes can be witnessed at the 2 degree level. Very, very important. Very, very important this part. However, discussions on the average temperature rise do not imply that the current warming is uniform. Amar juntu global warming hoy ase, current juntu warming hoy ase, etu gutei prithibit uniform nohoy. Belek jagat belek dhorne warming hobo pare ba belek degree of Celsius bahut khini belek hobo pare jar karone ami eta bahut problem paisu juntu amar target of 1.5 degree centigrade juntu ami achieve korar karone. The regional differences and the vulnerability factors spell more urgency for climate action which must limit the average planetary warming to 1.5 degree. Etu hol je ami 1.5 degree Celsius loke juntu global warming juntu mane temperature hetu ami maintain koribo lage kintu ami target to maintain koribo karone ami bahut khini problem pai asu because of various kinds of factors in the recent days. Historically developed countries are responsible, of course developed countries are more responsible for a major chunk of greenhouse gases emissions. Therefore, they are expected to assume more responsibility. Very important point for your mains examination and implement climate action policies. Developed countries bilake climate action policies lobo lage. Teoloke jehetu bahut khini greenhouse gases emissions teolokor falor pora ahe. Countries like Australia, the US, Japan, Russia and Canada has made little progress in meeting their pledges. Ebilak countries e bahut khini problem pai asu ami juntu teolokor juntu promise ase hetu meet koribo karone teoloke pora nai. Additionally, polluters like Iran, China and Saudi Arabia rank low in climate performance. The pandemic pushed the world into a socio-economic crisis. The corona crisis or COVID-19 crisis has pushed the world into a socio-economic crisis. On the road to recovery, countries place measures to build back. আমি প্লেজ লৈছো যে বলে আমি যোনটো গ্লোবাল টেম্পারেচার হেতু সেম কৰি ৰাখিম কিন্তু যোনটো ইউক্ৰেনিয়ান কনফ্লিক্ট হৈ আছে যোনটো অকমান আগতে মই আৰ্টিকেল পঢ়ালো হেতু again is sparked an energy crisis threatening climate goals which is very dangerous and it is very detrimental for the climate as well as for the environment. So let us come to the previous slide. Come to the story now. Why is the 1.5 degree Celsius target critical? It is a very important figure. Please note down. It's very important for your prelims. They can also ask you for your Viva examinations. This story so far, the 1.5 degree Celsius target is the global climate target that aims to limit warming to the said level by 2100. Very important in order to prevent the planet from slipping into further climate crisis. বহুত problem হোৱাৰ পৰা এটা লিমিট সেট কৰা হৈছে by 2100 আমি হেতু অ্যাচিভ কৰিব লাগে for 2 decades 2 degree was an acceptable level of warming আগতে অলপ 0.5 degree level of warming to বেছিকে বঢ়াই থোৱা আছিল মানে 2 degree celsius লগে কিন্তু এতিয়া যেহেতু আমাৰ ইমানখিনি আমি ড্যামেজ অলৰেডি ইকোলজি এন্ড এনভায়রনমেন্টত আমাৰ হৈ গল সো সেই কথাটোৰ কাৰণে this target is being set till the year 2100 which is set to be achieved. The idea of 1.5 degree was perceived and unrealistic and unachievable. In 2010 at the Cancun COP 16 countries agreed to limit the global average warming to below 2 degrees Celsius. In 2015 very important 2015 the parties to the Paris Agreement, very important for your prelims exam, the Paris Agreement that key points loa hoisile that key steps loa hoisile for climate change in order to counter climate change. The Paris Agreement pledged to limit the average temperature rise to below 2 degree while actively aiming for 1.5 degree above pre-industrial level. This was endorsed as a global target, very important, by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change in 2018 and since then has been pursued in all climate dialogues. So এইটো আমি অ্যাচিভ কৰিব লাগিব এই টার্গেটটো আমি অ্যাচিভ কৰিব লাগিব যদি এই টার্গেটটো আমি অ্যাচিভ কৰিব নোৱাৰো যদি গ্লোবাল ওয়ার্মিংৰ টেম্পারেচাৰটো যদি বাঢ়ি গৈ থাকে আমাৰ গোটেই পৃথিৱীয়ে বহুত বেছি এটা ইম্প্যাক্ট পাব গ্লেচিয়াৰ্স যেনেকৈ মই ক'লো মেল্ট হ'ব তাৰপিছত সি লেভেল ৰাইজ হ'ব তো আলটিমেটলি মানুহৰ জিআই থকাটো বা মানুহৰ সাস্টেইনেন্সটো প্ৰবলেম হ'ব ইকোলজি ড্যামেজ হ'ব এনভায়রনমেন্ট ড্যামেজ হ'ব ফুড সাপ্লাই চেইন ড্যামেজ হ'ব তো সব ফালে ধ্বংস সৃষ্টি হ'ব হাহাকাৰ হ'ব সো সেই কাৰণে গভৰ্নমেন্টৰ যোনটো টার্গেট অফ কিপিং দি গ্লোবাল ওয়ার্মিং এট আ পার্টিকুলার ডিগ্রি অফ টেম্পারেচার ইজ ভেরি মাচ ইম্পর্টেন্ট এন্ড অল দ্য ডেভেলপড কান্ট্রিজ must abide by the targets and developing countries also should abide by the rules and regulations. This is very much important for your mains examination. Mains they will ask you questions regarding climate change. I am repeatedly saying you question may come from climate change and it is very high probability because of environment ecology. You have this special paper of environment ecology geography, so tarpra climate change or questions ahibo. So you have to remember all the important organization Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change etc. The COP 16 all these kind of things important deliberations important talks what is going on in order to counter climate change aru ebilak points mains point wise আমি লিখিব লাগিব then only we can get good marks in the APSC mains examination. So now এতিয়া আমি চাও why is the 1.5 degree Celsius target critical আৰু how is India impacted very much important কারণ আমাৰ জিমান ব্লা questions APSC হক UPSC হক সব ইন্ডিয়া সেন্ট্রিক আৰু অসম সেন্ট্রিক আহিব সো সেই কাৰণে বাকি বেলা কান্ট্রি যদিও আমি পঢ়ো কিন্তু বাকি বেলা কান্ট্রিৰ ইমান ভিতৰুৱাকে পঢ়িব ইমান ইন ডেপথ পঢ়িব দৰকাৰ নাই বাট যোনবিলাক বস্তু কনসার্নিং ইন্ডিয়া যোনবিলাক বস্তু কনসার্নিং আসাম হয় সেইবিলাক বস্তু আমি বহুত বেছি ভালকে পঢ়িব লাগিব তেতিয়া আমি মেইনছত আৰু প্ৰিলিমছত আমি কোৱেশ্চনছ বিলাক কৰিব পাৰিম আৰু আমাৰ ভাইভাটো আমি বহুত ভালকে এনসার্স দিব পাৰিম সো নাও হাউ ইজ ইন্ডিয়া ইম্প্যাক্টেড ইন্ডিয়া হ্যাজ বিন ইনক্রিজিংলি ফেসিং দ্য brunt of climate change. February 2023 was recorded as the hottest month since record keeping began in 1901. In 2022, India witnessed extreme weather events for 80% of the days. Indian monsoons were wetter than usual last year after recording extreme heat during the pre-monsoon period, resulting in wildfires in Uttarakhand and acute food shortages. So these are all the impacts of climate change. Please read this article very properly, download the PDF and please subscribe to Borthakur's IAS Academy's YouTube channel. Also please take down a very important question, which is being framed by us. What is the 1.5 degrees Celsius target explained with respect to world target? So this is, please write down the answer of this question in the comment section below. It is very much important for your mains examination, very important. Please write down in the comment section below, or also you can mail it to me at the official mail address of Borthakur's IAS Academy. So also I have given one MCQ, is very important MCQ. Please try to solve the MCQ and write down in the comment section below. So next topic is, can China's Micron ban benefit Samsung and SK Hynix? So এই টপিকটোৰ ওপৰত আমি ডিসকাস কৰিম এতিয়া, কিন্তু ইয়াৰ আগতে আমি জানিব লাগিব এই টপিকটো আমাৰ কোনটো পাৰ্ট অফ APSC বা UPSC আমাৰ কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট হয়। এই টপিকটো আমাৰ ডিপ্লোমেসি পাৰ্টত বহুত বেছি ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট হয়। US China diplomacy and science and tech or part of para both this important hoy about microchips, microprocessors and microcontrollers, which is very important. So etia kotha tu ki hoy ase, the latest trend moves juntu etia article to speak korise, the latest trend e koi ase between the US and the China is a latest ban on the Micron technology products. China ban korise Micron technology products in key infrastructure. Major Chinese companies are now not allowed from buying Micron technology products. The ban targeting the US memory chip maker comes after China's cyberspace regulator found Micron products sold in China as posing national security risk to the country. China junkhini bostu Micron technology imports korisile products, Micron technology products import korisile Americar pra, hebelak etia ban korise karon dekha paise jetia China intelligence branch e je hebelak technology junbilak bostu teologe kinisile ba products teologe kinisile hebelake olop national security China logot oloman khilwar kori ase ba kisuman intrude koribo bisari ase, jar karone ei bostu tu completely ban kora hoise. So the Cyberspace Administration of China initiated the investigation into Micron's products in early April to review China's supply chain in critical information infrastructure. So jetia ei bostu tu jetia China logot problem hol America aru China, of course we know that the US and China, these are not friends, these are all enemies, and they are doing only business, they have only business mentality. But we have to see the things very critically. Why is the US supplying some kind of items so that they can get some information, crucial information regarding China's national security? These things are very much important in diplomacy, but ami concerned hobo lage je China is etu ban korise because US or junkhini bostu ami import kora hoisile China junkhini bostu China import korisile he bostu khini kisuman national security risk poa karone ei gutei Micron based junbilak product ase hebelak ban korise. So Micron makes memory and storage chips, very important science and tech point of view. Micron makes memory and storage chipsets that are used in flash drives, memory cards and the computer, very important. Micron makes. So etu bostu they can ask you in the preliminary examination as well as in your mains examination. Memory chips are also used in data centers. These chips, as you all know, sets helps in faster transfer of digital information and are used in automotive, electronics and telecommunication equipment. So etu bahut besi important ase. Etia yat game kune khelibo bisari ase. Etia duta duo Samsung and SK Hynix তেওঁলোকে বিচাৰি আছে যে বলে যোনটো ভ্যাকুয়াম ক্ৰিয়েট কৰা হৈছে চাইনিজ মাৰ্কেট খনত তেওঁলোকে যাতে আহি পেলাই হে ভ্যাকুয়ামটো ফিল কৰিব কাৰণে বিচাৰি আছে, কিন্তু ইউএসএ বিচাৰা নাই কিছুমান বেলেগ কোম্পানী আহি পেলাই মাৰ্কেটটো ফিল কৰিব কাৰণে, যাৰ কাৰণে নেক্সট স্লাইডত আমি ডিসকাস কৰিম. See, the Chinese market is important for the US based memory chip maker as it accounts for about 10% of its annual sales in 2022. A little over $3 billion. Some other estimates point out that American company has 25% market share in China. Korean presence. Now, jodi eta party or eta company ba eta country jodi out hoi jay kisuman bostu supply koribo karone jeneka Micron based products, tetia hole beleg company ba beleg country kisuman ahi pele khumabo pare. So tetia Korean presence to ami sabo karone jabo lagibo karon close proximity of Korea as compared with respect to China. So closing the door on Micron could open a door of opportunity for Samsung and SK Hynix. What I have said, the two Korean multinationals along with Micron are the top 3 memory chip makers globally. Among the three, Samsung has a clear lead in memory chips. It has 43% market share in dynamic random access memory and 35% share in the NA and the flash products. So this is the important thing. Kintu amar falor pora important jodi ami sabo karone jao, আমি চাব কাৰণে যাব লাগিব যে এই বস্তুবিলাকে যোনবিলাক বস্তু আমি ইম্পৰ্ট কৰি পেলাই আনো যেনেকৈ ধৰি লওক মাইক্ৰ' প্ৰচেছৰ হওক বা কিছুমান চিপছ হওক বা মেমৰি কাৰ্ডছ হওক যোনবিলাক বস্তু আমি বেলেগ দেশৰ পৰা আনো যোনবিলাক চাইনাৰ পৰা আমি বহুত বস্তু অনা হয় সেইবিলাক বস্তুৱে যাতে ইণ্ডিয়াৰ সিকিউৰিটি ইন্টিগ্ৰিটিৰ লগত যাতে কোনো থ্ৰেট নানে সেই বস্তুটো এই আৰ্টিকেলটোৰ লগত আমি ইণ্টাৰ ৰিলেট কৰি পঢ়িব লাগিব যেনেকৈ চাইনাৰ চাইবাৰ স্পেচ সেলে পাইছে যে আমেৰিকাৰ যোনখিনি বস্তু তেওঁলোকে ইম্পৰ্ট কৰিছিলে মাইক্ৰন চিপছ বা মাইক্ৰন প্ৰডাক্টছ সেই বস্তুবিলাকে তেওঁলোকৰ সিকিউৰিটিৰ লগত অলপমান থ্ৰেট কৰিছে চ' আমিও চাব লাগিব যাতে আমাৰ যোনবিলাক বস্তু ইম্পৰ্ট কৰা হয় চাইনাৰ পৰা মেক্সিমাম বস্তু আমাৰ আহে চ' এইবিলাক বস্তু যাতে আমাৰ নেশ্যনেল সিকিউৰিটি ইণ্টিগ্ৰিটি যাতে আমাৰ থ্ৰেটত নাহে আৰু যাতে আমি সেফলি যাতে আমাৰ যেনেকৈ ভাৰতবৰ্ষখন গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে চলাই আছে সেনেকৈ যাতে চলি থাকিব পাৰে উইদাউট এনি কাইণ্ড অফ থ্ৰেট ফ্ৰম দি আদাৰ কাণ্ট্ৰিজ এণ্ড উই ন' দেট চাইনা ইজ নট এ ফ্ৰেণ্ড অফ আছ আই হেভ বিন ৰিপিটেডলি ছেইং ইউ দিছ চাইনাৰ বহুতখিনি ইছ্যুজ আছে যোনটো মই এটা নতুন ভিডিঅ'ত আহি আছোঁ ইণ্ডো চাইনা ৰিলেশ্যনশ্বিপৰ ওপৰত চ' এই কথাখিনি লৈ পেলাই আমি সদায় সতৰ্ক হ'ব লাগে যে ৰিগাৰ্ডিং ইম্পৰ্টিং অফ আইটেমছ ফ্ৰম ডিফাৰেণ্ট কাণ্ট্ৰিজ এণ্ড হুইচ ইজ ভেৰি মাছ ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট ফৰ ইয়ৰ মেইনছ পইণ্ট অফ ভিউ দে কেন অলছ' আস্ক ইউ দিছ কাইণ্ড অফ critical questions for your viva questions also. So this is all about the micron products which is being manufactured by the America and which was imported by China and China's banned over here and Korea coming into the presence and Korea coming into the market and giving their presence over here. So now can China's microban benefit Samsung and SK Hynix? Geopolitical shackles, a large market coupled with absence of a prominent third player should be an easy contest for the Korean duo, but it is not. The two companies are in a tight corner as the trade conflict between the US and China puts South Korea's technologies firms at the center. Very important, in April when the CAC initiated a review of the Micron's memory products, Washington urged CL to not file in the market vacuum that could result from a possible Micron ban. The US had requested South Korea to coax Samsung and SK Hynix from boosting its sales to China, the Financial Times reported. It's very important. While geopolitics and market dynamics play out, China may have homegrown alternatives to fill Micron's vacuum. China can, manufacture their homegrown, Micron technology to fill up this vacuum. So Yangtze Memory Technologies makes NAND flash chips and Chengqin Memory Technologies makes DRAM chips. These firms are poised to fill Micron's shoes in the region, which is very, very important. China's large business may start making a connection with the YMTC and CXMT to beef up their technologies as Samsung and SK Hynix choose between patriotism and business. So amar karne important hol jodi ami ei gute article te poribo karne jao ami eta bostu dekha paisu je US aru China juntu ei Micron loi pele juntu issue hoy ase Micron chip level ba Micron products level juntu issue hoy ase ei issue to rise korise security threat rise korise এখন দেশৰ কাৰণে সিকিউৰিটি বহুত বেছি ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট হয় আৰু আমি ইণ্ডিয়াই from our APSC by UPSC's point of view amar India sabo lagibo je ami jodi kisuman bostu import koru beleg country pora amar jate security to compromise ketiao nohoy through the products junbilak ami import koru so ei bostu tu ami bahut dhuniya ke bhabi sinti pela ami sabo lagibo junbilak bostu ami import koru junbilak bostu ami bahiror pora anu jate ebilak bostu amar mane আমাৰ দেশত যাতে প্ৰবলেম নকৰে সিকিউৰিটিটো যাতে সিকিউৰিটি এজেন্সি যাতে হ্যাক নহয় বা ইন্টেলিজেন্স এজেন্সি যাতে কোনো প্ৰবলেম নহয় যাতে জেনেকে বস্তুবিলাক আমি মানে ভাল বস্তু আমি অৰ্ডাৰ কৰো যাতে ভাল বস্তু আমাৰ ওচৰত আহে উইদাউট থ্ৰেটনিং অফ দি national security and integrity of India, which is very, very important. So now a question has been framed out by our expert team. Elucidate the role of US manufactured chip, which is seen in a critical aspect by Beijing. Very important. Please write down in the comment section below this mains question in around 150 words, or else you can please mail me at the official mail of Borthakur's IAS Academy. So this is very important for your mains point of view. So let's come to a very important topic again at the end of this slide. That is the Antarctic alarm bells over slowing down of overturning circulation. Very important for your geography topic, geography ocean currents topic. Very, very important for your mains examination as well as for your prelims examination as well as for your viva examination. So a article to specifically ki kobo bisari ase Antarctic alarm bells over slowing down of overturning circulation. See, Antarctica drives a network of ocean currents. We all know it from geography classes. that redistributes heat, carbons and nutrients around the globe. Very, very important. There are signs this circulation is slowing down decades earlier than predicted, with profound consequences of Earth's climate change, sea level and marine life. Bahut besi important Antarctica juntu circulation ase, hey circulation to slow down hoise because of difference in Earth's climate change and sea level as well as in marine life changes. So ei bostu to again ami relate koribo paru juntu ami agot eta article পঢ়িছিলো, why is 1.5 degree Celsius critical in achieving. So tar logot ami ei gute article to relate koribo paru, kintu yat ami specific focus kori asu Antarctica oporot. Antarctica ami janu je junbelak ocean currents hoy, sobotke important ocean currents bilak tatamar dekha poa jai. So and the important and very huge ocean currents can be seen in the Antarctic region. So here judu gist কি হইছে আসলে, what exactly is happening here? Ocean animals large and small respond to even small changes in oxygen. হয় ইয়াত যেহেতু বহুতখিনি ocean animals আছে বা সৰু ডাঙৰ আছে, তেওঁলোকে সৰু slight change in oxygen they cannot bear it. Deep ocean animals are adapted to low oxygen conditions but still have to breathe. Losses of oxygen may cause them to seek refuge in other regions or adapt their behavior. Melting of Antarctic ice is disrupting the formation of Antarctic bottom water. Very, very important. This meltwater makes Antarctic surface waters fresher, less dense and therefore less likely to sink. This puts the brakes on the overturning circulation. The consequences of a slowdown will not be limited to Antarctica. The overturning circulation extends throughout the globe ocean and influences the pace of climate change and sea level rise. It will also be disruptive and damaging for marine life, which is very important. Kintu yar asolte important problem to amar ki hoy ase, ami gom palu je ocean animals bilake bahut khini problem pai jodi oxygen na pai, kintu deep ocean animals bilake mane junkhini oxygen pabo lage na paleo ketiaba teoloke adaptive hoy, kintu jodbila horu ba ola medium size or junbila animals ase সিহঁতে মানে অক্সিজেন লেভেল যদি কমি যায় তেতিয়া হলে মানে বহুত অ্যাব্রাপ্টলি রেসপন্ড করে. সো এই বস্তুটো লৈ পেলে এন্টাৰ্কটিক লৈ পেলে গুটে আৰ্টিকেলটো ডিসকাস কৰা হৈছে. সি এতিয়া কথাটো হল Antarctica sets the stage for the world's greatest waterfall. The action takes place. এতিয়া যদি আমি জিওগ্ৰাফি ফালৰ পৰা চাব কাৰণে যাওঁ, action takes place beneath the surface of the ocean. Beneath the surface যদি এটো আমি সাগৰ, this is the ocean. The action takes place beneath the ocean, okay? It takes place beneath the ocean. Here trillions of tons of cold, dense, oxygen-rich water cascades of the continental shelf and sink to greater depths, and it is all sinks to greater depths. The Antarctic bottom water then spreads north along the sea floor. Then it spreads north all along the sea floor in deep ocean currents before slowly rising thousands of kilometers away. Eitu hol the phenomenon, juntu phenomenon ma bujai dilo Antarctica ki issue hoy ase. In this way Antarctica drives a global network of ocean currents called the overturning circulation. Eneke dhorne Antarctica pura eta ocean currents generate hoy which drives a global network of ocean currents called the overturning circulation that redistributes heat, carbon and nutrients along the globe. The overturning is crucial, very important. Overturning of ocean currents is very much crucial to keep Earth's climate stable. It is also the main way oxygen reaches the deep ocean, jot neki mass sas belake yar para oxygen lobo pare. Our new research published today in the journal Nature Climate Change uses real world observations to decipher how and why the deep ocean around Antarctica has changed over the past 3 decades. Our measurements show the overturning circulation has slowed down by almost a third, and deep ocean oxygen levels are declining, very, very dangerous, and this is only because of climate change. This is happening even earlier than climate models predicted. Etu junbilak ami discuss kori asu climate change, etu bahut important topic hoy. We found melting of Antarctic ice. Antarctic jetia ice belak jetia melt hobo, jodi ekhon Antarctic ocean, when this ice, these glaciers, this ice, all these places, when these will melt, these will form fresh waters at the top layer of the ocean. It will form fresh waters at the top layer of the ocean. So ultimately ki hobo jetia fresh layer hobo, So yet koa hoise the meltwater makes Antarctic surface waters fresher, less dense, density komi jabo, and therefore less likely to sink. So this will be, these waters will have less sureness of sinking, will be less dense as compared to the natural phenomenon which was occurring and which is occurring in Antarctica. So Antarctic surface waters fresher, less dense, and therefore less likely to sink. This puts the brakes on the overturning circulation. Tetia jodi sink to kom ke hoy, re juntu ei circulation pattern juntu thake Antarctic or tolot, juntu circulation pattern will be completely impacted. So ei kotha tur karone aru ei bostu tu kyo hoy ase, this is happening because of climate change. Ei bilak jeneke ami dekha paiso borof ei bilak melt hoy pale yat fresh water, less dense water, it will be forming. So ami ei gutei situation to dekha paiso only because of climate change, and this is very important for your ecology paper as well as geography part. It is very much important. So yat amar ekhini kotha koa hoise. So why does this matter now? What is the importance? As the flow of the bottom water slows, I mean moi jonto kotha koi asilu, as the flow of the bottom water slows, the supply of oxygen to the deep ocean declines. Oxygen or jonto supply oxygen or to the deep ocean level, it slows down and declines. The shrinking oxygen rich bottom water layer is then replaced by warmer waters that are lower in oxygen, further reducing oxygen level. Gorom hoi pelai jetia pani khumai ahibo, tetia oxygen low hobo tate aru junblak marine animals ase tar karone bahut problem hobo. Ocean animals large and small respond to even small changes junkhini moi kolu. So slowdown of the overturning may also intensify global warming. The overturning circulations carries carbon dioxide and heat to the deep of the ocean, where it is stored and hidden from the atmosphere. Aru ei juntu circulation Antarctic or tolot hoi ase, ei juntu circulation hoi ase Antarctic or tolot, Antarctic ocean or mane tolot juntu hoi ase, ei circulation to amar global warming bahut khini khetrot control kore, bahut khini heat repository hoy, bahut khini carbon repository hoy sagoror tolot. Kintu jetia ei phenomenon to jetia bondo hobo ba ei phenomenon jetia slow down hobo, tetia hole amar global temperature ba global warming amar increase hobo. Aru global warming increase hoar loge loge moi oloman agote kolu je amar prithibit kiman khini problem hobo pare. So ei topic to bahut important, geography point of view and ecology and environment. So please write down answers from this point of view. So this is the crux of this article, what this talked about. So signs of a varying change, what is the problem facing? So this is actually the problem what I have talked about, what is happening in Antarctica. Antarctic alarm bells over slowing down of overturning circulation, which is going on in recent days, and it is being observed in a very critical way by the whole world and all the organizations of the world, which talks about climate change as well as water changes and the changes in the global phenomenon of the water circulations. So now, important question for this is discuss the impact of climate change with respect to environment loss and disturbance in the food chain. Please write down in the comment section below, or you can mail it to me. So this is the very important article, which is important for your mains, viva, as well as for your prelims examination. Prelims ot kom thakibo pare etu article or pra, but for your mains examination, it holds a very high importance. Okay, so thank you very much. So this was all for today from all the important sources like the Hindu, the Assam Tribune and Indian Express. I hope you have liked the video. Please subscribe to Borthakur's IAS Academy's official YouTube channel. Download the PDF, join the WhatsApp group, and stay healthy. Thank you very much.